Happy Digital Citizenship Week! In order to celebrate, I would like to share ways in which digital citizenship can elevate student project quality. My name is Jessica Stauffer. I am a 2023 graduate of WGU's Masters in Learning and Technology. I am currently a high school chemistry teacher in Virginia, and this is my 12th year of teaching. I am an inspiring instructional designer and instructional technology specialist. Are you tired of coming up with great project ideas only for student work products to not meet your expectations? Well, fear no more. What I created to help organize my student group projects is a Swiss Army knife. This document does it all. It helps me scaffold the parts of the project to fit my individual student needs. It helps me with student-to-student communication and collaboration. It helps with student-teacher communication and collaboration, as well as helping me collect student artifacts of learning from the start of the project to the finish so that I can showcase my student work. This is the document that I developed after I completed my Master's in Learning and Technology from WGU. It is a one-stop shop. It helps me keep tabs on all parts of the project. It helps me monitor student progress in the projects. It helps with students being able to access the parts of the project, because who has not had this happen where you create a group and then students are absent and they're the students that created the parts of the project and then all of a sudden people cannot get it? Well, here this will not happen. This also helps with communication with the groups. I can communicate within the groups box. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. Within this document, you can see that I have group numbers for each box. So I would assign multiple students to a group. You could even do this with just having one person per cell, whatever your needs are. The students would type their names here. I could use the drop-down menus to communicate with my students. And then students here would also link their resources as they created them. So they would link their research template, their list of credits, their works cited Google Doc. And all of this is helping my students be better digital citizens and helping to scaffold the work so that their projects are just overall of better quality. The drop-down menu was very useful for me in terms of visually seeing the status of my student groups. Red meant my students needed attention. Green meant my students were good to go and they were just working. And blue meant my student groups were done with the project and moving on to the next task. The creation of these projects also helped me create better digital citizens out of my students. One way was through the creation of group credits pages. This increased the accountability of my students because they had to list what they were doing and how they were contributing to the group. It helped improve the collaboration of my groups because there was an actual visual account of what the group was accomplishing. And it was also a great way for students to showcase their skills that they gained from this project in their educational portfolios. Another aspect of digital citizenship that this project helped me tackle with my students was evaluating sources. This is something students always have to practice with, and I believe I will always have to directly teach how to do this. This is especially important with how prevalent and how easily it is to access information. So students need to be taught how to look for authorship, who wrote it. They need to look at the publication of the source and who's hosting it. They need to look at the date of the publication. They need to look at the purpose and the audience. Why was this created? They need to look for bias and objectivity. They need to look for relevance to their topic. They need to look for quality of writing. Was this a second grader who wrote this, or was this a college professor? And they also need to look at citations and references to see if the people who wrote the source of information cited their sources. The last aspect of digital citizenship that this project helped me with was having students create works cited and in-text citations. This assisted with academic integrity and helping students understand how to be honest, fair, and responsible users of other people's intellectual property. And it also helped with transparency for what the students had to look up. They are not subject matter experts, and therefore they need to make sure that they are being clear and honest and open about what they are getting from the internet or from the library and what they are using for their projects. Before you start to do projects like this with your students, you need to keep in mind of what is your goal or what's the final product that you want students to produce. How many parts are you willing to scaffold for this project in order to assist students? Do you want to have a research template? Do you want to have a group cited page? Do you want to have a script that they're going to have to write out? How much can you make this into baby steps to help them accomplish it and to get to the final product? Will you use the drop-down menus to help you communicate with your groups? And then what would you make those drop-down menus include? Are there any coaches in your building that you can team up with this? Whenever you have more bodies in the room to help you assist students, the faster you'll be able to accomplish your goals, and then the faster students will be able to get back on track and go in the right direction with their projects. You also have to think about what do you have to directly teach the students before you let them start the research project. Do you have to teach them how to evaluate sources? Are you going to have to go over how to do citations and how to do in-text citations with your students? This is also another place where you might want to elicit the help of coaches in your building, such as a literacy coach or an instructional technology specialist to help you. Well, again, happy Digital Citizenship Week. My name is Jessica Stauffer, and I hope this video was helpful for you and your students. Thank you for watching.